All right, today we're diving into one of the most baffling and, frankly, terrifying disappearance cases of the internet age. This is the story of Lars Mittank, a young man who, in a single moment of absolute terror, just ran away from his life and was never, ever seen again. And here's what makes this so strange, so chilling. He left everything behind: his passport, his phone, his wallet. I mean, everything you would need to get home, let alone survive. This wasn't someone planning to go off the grid. This was an act of pure, unfiltered panic. So you have to ask yourself, what on earth would make someone abandon their entire life in the blink of an eye? And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? We have this crystal clear video footage of a totally normal 28-year-old tourist. He's at the airport, he's minutes away from getting on a plane to go home, and he is running as if his life depends on it. What could possibly be so terrifying that running into the woods with absolutely nothing was the better option? So let's start at the end, or at least the last place anyone ever saw him. We're going to look at that final frantic sprint captured on the airport's security cameras on July 8th, 2014. When you see the footage, it's just unreal. He is sprinting full speed through the airport terminal. He's dodging people, ignoring everyone around him, just completely focused. He gets to this tall, barbed wire security fence, and with this incredible burst of adrenaline, he just vaults right over it. He lands on the other side and disappears into this dense forest. And poof, he's gone. The trail goes completely cold right there. Okay, so to make any sense of that final sprint, we gotta rewind the clock a little bit. Because just a few days earlier, Lars was on a totally normal summer vacation with his buddies in Bulgaria. So how did it all go so horribly wrong? Believe it or not, this whole thing seems to start with something pretty minor. He got into a little scuffle and ended up with a perforated eardrum. Because of that, doctors told him he couldn't fly. So on July 6th, his friends went home as planned, and Lars was left all alone. But then, on July 7th, things get really weird. He calls his mom, and he's whispering, telling her that people are following him and that he has to hide. And this is a really important detail you need to know about. For his year, the doctors gave him cefuroxime. It's a pretty standard antibiotic. But, and this is a big but, in some super rare cases, it's been known to have some really serious neurological side effects. We're talking anxiety, confusion, even full-blown psychosis. And that possibility is a huge part of one of the main theories here. So that brings us right back to July 8th, the day he was supposed to fly home. His strange behavior, his paranoia, it all comes to a head the moment he walks into that Varna Airport terminal. You can just imagine his state of mind at this point. He was apparently so terrified that he asked a total stranger to check in for him, whispering that they were out to get him. The airport staff, probably pretty worried by this point, sent him over to the airport's on-site clinic for a quick medical check before he could get on the plane. Now, we have no idea what actually went down in that doctor's office. All we know is that people outside heard a loud argument. But whatever was said, whatever happened in that room, it was the final straw. Lars just burst out of the door and started that famous run. And think about what he left behind on that clinic floor. It was literally his entire life. His backpack, his wallet full of cash, his phone, and his passport, the one thing he needed to get home. I mean, to just drop everything, that's not just fear. That's a level of terror that completely short-circuits your brain. He wasn't just trying to get away, he was trying to escape. So the trail goes completely cold. No one saw what happened after he ran into those woods. And with no real evidence, all we can do is speculate. So let's walk through the three main theories people have come up with. Okay, so there are three prevailing ideas. Theory number one, it was the medicine. That antibiotic, cefuroxime, caused a rare but severe psychotic reaction that explains his sudden, intense paranoia. Theory number two is a sudden psychotic break. Maybe the stress of the injury, being alone in a foreign country, it all just became too much and something in his mind snapped. And then there's the third one, and honestly, this one is maybe the most terrifying. It was all real. That he was actually in danger and that his fear was completely justified. Was he running from someone he truly had a reason to fear? It's been over 10 years now, and in all that time, after massive searches by both German and Bulgarian authorities, they found absolutely nothing. Not a shred of clothing, not a shoe, not a single trace of Lars Mittank has ever been found. So in the end, all we're left with is that grainy CCTV footage. And the thing is, it doesn't really give us any answers, does it?
It's just this haunting final image of a man completely consumed by a terror that we on the outside may never be able to understand.
So I have to ask you, what do you think happened to Lars Mittank? Was this all just a tragic, horrible medical side effect? Did the stress of it all just cause his mind to break? Or was he right? Was he actually running from something real, and his fear was completely justified? The answer is still out there, lost somewhere in those woods.